Hey guys, so I might do a quick, bit more of a serious video this time. Something that we all love to do, the old dirt bike maintenance. This is just going to be sort of the everyday sort of maintenance whenever you've been for a ride. The two things we want to cover today are the chain, drive chain, and your air filter. Now, a lot of you guys are going to probably disagree with the way we do things. That's okay. Feel free to leave your comments below. We're probably not going to change the way we do it, are we? Because we've been doing it for years and it works for us. It's easy, it's clean, and it's cheap-ish.
Well, yeah.
It's pretty cost effective, but the main thing is it's easy. It makes that chore of looking after your bike that little bit easier. Alright, so firstly, air filters. It's not obviously something that you need to do every ride, depending on how dusty it's been and if you've been following a lot of bikes or whatever. So the product we've been using for ages to do our air filters is called No Toil. Get rid of all your expensive solvent-based air cleaner products and do shit the No Toil way. Usually you buy it in a twin pack, some smaller bottles, but we get the big ones now because we use it so much. You get the air filter oil itself, and you get the cleaner that you mix with water. Okay, now we'll demonstrate how easy it is to clean your air filter using the No Toil air filter oil and cleaner. I'm going to do the pre-filter on the Tenere 700 at the moment because it's quite dirty, but it's exactly the same for any foam oiled filter. Yeah, that definitely needs cleaning. So you want to remove any springs or filter cages that may be inside. You just want your foam element. So grab yourself a bucket, and this is the air filter cleaner. It's actually a powder. It's sort of reminiscent of your laundry powder. Chuck a bit in the bucket. To do one filter, you probably need, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons full. Add some water. I prefer hot water. Cold water's fine if you don't have hot. Just going to mix it in so it's all dissolved in the water. This stuff's all biodegradable and perfectly safe. Yeah, so we chuck the dirty filter in. Launch it around as you would in solvent. But obviously this doesn't stink to high heaven like kerosene or mineral terps. You can see it's coming up clean straight away. So you're probably thinking that how can this air filter oil be waterproof if it washes out in water? Well, it is waterproof. Probably not quite as much as the oil-based stuff, but it definitely doesn't wash off in water, and even using normal soap you won't be able to get it off the filter. You have to use the special cleaner. I think there is some sort of washing powder you can buy that will do the same job, but yeah. As I said, this stuff's biodegradable, so it's safe to tip down the sink. Rinse any excess cleaner out in cold water. Squeeze out as much of that water as you can. If you're going to reuse that one, if you don't have a spare, I would let that dry, or dry it with a heat gun, or probably just a hair dryer would be better. But yeah, otherwise just let it sit and dry for a while. I've got a spare one, so I'll use that. I prefer to use gloves when I'm oiling air filters. Obviously it's sticky, horrible shit. This stuff will clean off pretty easily with just a little bit of the cleaner in your hand if you do get it on your hands, but it's much nicer to wear some disposable gloves. And we use an old tomato sauce bottle to put the oil in. It's definitely a lot easier to apply to the filter from this container. One thing you do have to remember to give it a shake before you use it every time. There is an alcohol dispersant in the oil, and it will separate when it's been sitting for a while, so give it a good shake. Just apply it to your foam filter, your dry foam filter. as normal. Alright, so that's one air filter oiled. Place the spring or cage or whatever. I've had some of our mates complaining about the oil actually leaking out of the filter using this particular oil. I think it's a good idea to actually let it sit for a little while before you refit it to the bike to let the alcohol evaporate off. Then there's less chance of it leaking out. If it still leaks out quite a lot, you're probably putting a bit too much on. Also, if your bike's going to be sitting for an extended period, say 4 weeks or more, it's probably best to not oil the filter right before it's just going to be sitting there, because it will seep out a bit. But because we ride every weekend pretty much, the filters, you know, they get a good chance to dry out with some air flowing through them when the bike's running, so we don't really have that problem. Alright, so we'll let that dry for a little bit now. We'll refit it to the bike and the job will be done. Again, this is a product that we've been using for a number of years. We used it back in our WR days. We've used it through the whole lives of our KTMs. And now with the adventure bikes, both the filters in the Tenere 700 are oiled with the no-toil filter oil, and it's been fine. And for our drive chains, all we use is the humble silicone spray. No muss, no fuss. So basically, if we're washing the bike after a ride, people will say don't pressure clean your chain. The obvious, don't get right in there with it, because the water will get past the O-ring seals and it'll really deteriorate the life of the chain. What we do is you can hold the pressure washer back a fair bit, blast it like so, gets rid of a lot of the dirt without passing your O-rings. Then we just spray on your general purpose silicone spray lubricant. I've heard people saying that the silicone-based tyre shine for cars is as good as this for your chain, but it's not. We've tried that and we had problems, didn't we? Yeah. With that. There's a lot of different schools of thought on chain lubing, but I subscribe to the theory that the grease that's inside the links keeps most of it lubricated. All we need to do is apply something that's going to stop it from corroding on the outside, and also keep the O-rings a little bit moist. And that's what this does. It dries nice and dirt won't stick to it, so you don't end up with a grinding paste on your chain. Usually give it one coat, give it a spin, and then hit it again. And there's your chain maintenance done. I've found that this is the cleanest option. It doesn't build up on your sprockets, it doesn't build up on your chain. Just gives it the protection it needs and keeps the O-rings nice and moist. People use WD-40 and CRC and stuff like that, but those are actually penetrants, and I think they will eventually get past your O-rings. That's what they're designed to do. And people swear by using WD-40. That's your choice, but we find that silicone spray dries, and that's what keeps the dirt off of it. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, there you go guys, hopefully that's helped out some of you guys, maybe give you some ideas of making your life easier. As I said, not everyone's going to agree with these products. We're not sponsored by these products either guys, we buy this stuff ourselves. The silicone spray you can get at Super Cheap Auto for like $8 a can or something like that. Yeah. Last time I bought the air filter oil, the small bottles in a twin pack with the cleaner and the oil were about 20 bucks. So thereabouts. Pretty reasonably priced too. I urge you to give it a go anyway guys. If you find that you don't like it, then you know, give you your money back. No, I was going to say if you feel that you don't like it, just we'll give you our address so you can send it to us. We'll use it. Shit, yeah. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.